You fantasize about
I arrested
sex
more.
with men, but it's not gay things.
That's the fucking dude. That's the most like lying to try to get pussy I've ever heard. Like that's like I'm a citizen of humanity.
All right, here's my theory: is that Nick Mullen wrote the alleged letter from Obama that they were reading, that like the all about the all the gay shit. Nick Mullen wrote it, okay, and then meticulously planned it out to frame it. He like hired some woman to claim that Obama sent it to her back in 1983 or whatever.
Yeah, like a 55-year-old black woman that he met in New York.
Right. Yeah. He met her like buying cigarettes at like a fucking bodega or something.
They struck up a conversation and he just blurted out the thing that he thought would be hilarious, and she laughed. And so
she was like, "Yeah, I would take some money for that."
They went in business together to do the funniest thing in the world. No, this is.
And he's like the whole time he's like, and let me be clear.
Let me be clear.
Never actually, domed the cock, but
I wouldn't mind cock. But
yeah, at night I dream about it in a very, very meaningful way.
Not necessarily erotic, but meaningful. What the fuck are you talking about? Like what a crazy person like that? It's like that's so insane. Okay, so that fucking, the song, the new dumb country guy song.
Yes.
Whatever. Okay, so Richmond man.
The rich northern man of
Richmond. It's really a tongue twister, which is the first stupid thing. Like, I don't want to talk about the fucking song. But
definitely an industry plant.
Yeah, absolutely. But
did I tell you that I found the like I saw a video that kind of broke down like where it came from and everything?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I know like the basically there was some conservative marketing company guy. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's known for putting money into like media-based conservative shit. And he works with the Daily Wire. He's associated with the Daily Wire. He doesn't work for them.
Imagine that.
He's associated with them, but he was the one that like was promoting the song like crazy all of a sudden.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, and it's also like there's a question about like, did he also co-write the song or like have something to do with the writing? I don't know. I'll give the dude his credit for he probably wrote the song, but he's not famous just from it just going naturally viral. It was a
of course not
conservative marketing company.
Of course not. The fucking the handful of meme stills that I've seen from the video that I haven't watched from the song that I will never listen to, it's is a guy in a fucking green t-shirt in the woods. Right, like of course it's not.
In my head, I'm imagining him in overalls.
No, it's a green T-shirt. I've seen that because the meme is the only funny thing. The meme is the only interesting thing about it. This is what I was going to say, is that the thing about that song that made me think about this in a different way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like so people are, whatever, the fucking idiots and bad faith conservatives that are everywhere now, right? Including lib spaces, left spaces, they're everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
The people that are like, well, actually, he's talking about the working class, right? They say something like that, and then they quote the first part of the song,
right? The part that's getting repeated on TikTok,
whatever, yeah, all that shit.
The relatable part.
Yes, the part that's real and true. Okay, yes, good, fine, right? And then I have always had to be like, okay, now print the rest of the song, right? There's lyrics towards the middle or end there that are the stuff that people are mad about. You fucking asshole! Why do I have to keep doing this, right? Like it feels like trolling, but I really don't think it's on purpose, right? I think a lot of people, they just naturally do this. And then they don't realize that they're just fucking with me personally, right?
I guarantee everyone who likes that song is over the age of 55. Like if you're younger than that, like you probably can see the fucking bullshit in it. Like it just,
yes, of course.
Like everyone.
This is my point.
Like all the people I know who live out in the country, they have fucking family members who are like disabled and fucking living on checks and shit. It's just like. Everyone knows, like, the fucking 300-pound person who's eating the fudge rounds or whatever the fuck the guy's singing about. Like, that's literally everyone's fucking aunt. Like, everyone has a fucking aunt.
Yeah,
like
especially
in these fucking small town.
Yeah, if you live in the
Jason Aldean small town type places.
Right.
Like, so.
Because that's the only way to make any fucking money in those places, because all the industry's gone. Right,
yeah,
like that's
especially
the other thing.
Places like West Virginia and Kentucky, a lot of like the oil or like sorry the coal mining areas and like, and there's other industries too. I mean, Detroit, you got the auto industry, like all these different places where the industries have disappeared.
This is my point.
Yeah.
So everyone, whatever, bullshit job, bullshit pay, fuck the bosses, right? Everyone agrees on that part, supposedly, right? And but the thing that I keep having to like kick myself to like snap out of it for a second is the absurdity of the idea that, okay, so rich people and bosses are taking my money and my labor. Yes, we all agree. Okay. But then there's the subsection of people that's also like, and you know what else? Poor people are taking my money, right? And it's like, yes, the reason why you don't have as much money is because of people with no fucking money.
Yeah,
right?
And it's not even because of the rich men north of Richmond. Like it's not even the politicians. Like, yeah, they've really helped a lot for sure. But at the end of the day, it's like your employer is fucking you over, dude.
Yes.
And that's your fucking. Like, that's the same fucking problem that we're all facing right now.
Well, and
it's your problem, and it's my problem. It's everyone's fucking problem.
And on the right,
nothing to do with taxes.
Part of their ideology, right? Like that's the thing. It's like on the right, it's like, well, yeah, we should abolish taxes and give the employers all the fucking rights. Like, what are you, nuts? Right? Like, we need to get rid of. All right, here's the thing: we need to get rid of welfare. We need to get rid of taxes, and we need to let fucking the CEOs rule our lives. Duh. Right? And then they have the nerve to be smug about it. Like it drives me nuts because like like there's so many people, right, that I've seen and interacted with, and it's since that fucking stupid shit happened, where it's like, well, denying that it's saying that there isn't welfare abuse, is that wrong? And I'm like, say there is, right? Say there is.
Yeah.
Great, good. Take their money. Like it's like for me, it's like every instance of welfare abuse is money coming out of the pockets of someone who is rich or better off, or the government who just makes up the fact that there is money, right, and goes into the mouth of someone who's poor. Good.
Yeah. Like
good.
There's
if there's welfare
rules around this shit. You can only abuse it so much.
I'm saying that these people deny the welfare reform bullshit. It's like, you know, these people are operating like it's the fucking 70s and the welfare state still exists, sort of, right? It doesn't, right? If you have an EBT card, it sucks, right? It's hard, right? It fucking, okay, so maybe I bought myself some candy with my fucking EBT card, but that's because I fucking live in a food desert, or fuck you, it's my money now. Right, like that's the biggest thing. Like I'm for individual freedom above all else. All right, there should be no restrictions on guns. There should be no restrictions on the age of consent. There should be no restrictions on so many of the things that I believe in.
Welfare. You should have to pass a drug test. You should have to have a job. You should have to be able to go to church every Sunday.
If you don't eat the food I think you should eat, then that's abuse.
Really? You're buying Cheetos with no?
That's the most.
No, sir.
And
no cheese noodles for you, sir.
Right, like that's the other thing is like I keep hearing criticisms of, but like I always hear the criticisms first for some reason.
Yeah,
and I think it's just because it's just the internet. Honestly, it's like because that's the thing is like I don't really trust anything that I hear about any sort of macro trend, right? Or like if I hear about a country from fucking, you know, the news, it's like, I don't know, man, whatever. Like,
I mean, even like fucking history stuff, like it's like you'll see shit like people talking about fucking who actually defeated the Nazis in World War II and like all this debate about it and shit. And it's like, well, the only reason the Soviet Union could do that is because of the land in Russia, and then also because we were giving them bread or whatever. And it's just
fuck off.
Okay, sure. Yeah, they wouldn't have done it if we weren't there giving them fucking goddamn
20 million Russians didn't die to fucking defeat the Nazis or anything. It wasn't like a significant portion of their population. Like that, yeah, that's fucking. It's the same thing with like By the
way, did you know that the majority of the Jews that were murdered in the Holocaust were either from the Soviet Union or Poland?
I know. Well, yeah, Poland. Yeah,
vast majority. There's a very small fraction of them were German.
Well, it's like Soviet Jews were, they were kind of getting it from all sides for a little while there. And now a whole lot of them live in Israel and you hear about the, whatever, the guy from Brooklyn that was taking the Palestinian person's house, like out from under them, like on the day, whatever. But it's like the other half of the people that do that are Russian.
Well, yeah, they're getting a lot of Russian. But yeah, we were talking about Russia. This might be pretty quick, but Russia's Luna 25 spacecraft crashes into the moon. So apparently, after like 47 years of not doing any space shit, or I could be wrong about that. It's probably not that long, but I don't know where I got 47. It's something I read. It's probably talking about since their moon landing. But anyways, they crashed some shit into the moon.
I feel like I read that like a big dam broke.
The Russia-Ukraine thing?
No, but like more recently, like it broke in like fucking, it's like just outside of Moscow or something.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But apparently there's a space race to the dark side of the moon where they are trying to harvest the ice for water, or looking into the potential of doing it in the future, and also using the space dust to make solar panels or some shit. So
wait, moon dust to make solar panels?
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to me because the shit seems to reflect light pretty damn well. But maybe it's something else. I don't know. They're trying to use the lunar dust for some, commodity, some tech bro commodity. But anyways. Moving on. Some more technology failures. This one's from Vox, who's actually had some pretty good shit lately, I will say. San Francisco's self-driving taxi experiment with Google and GM is causing some chaos. Apparently, within 1 week of allowing all of these tech companies to unleash their self-driving cars in San Francisco, they had several incidents.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, and the fucking Tesla people are getting stuck in Teslas because the doors don't work. Because the doors are electric. We
talked about that.
No, I know, but I'm saying I didn't ever get that confirmed. And then I literally looked it up on YouTube the next time that I was drunk and thinking about it, and a guy was like, no, you just put your thumb on the door handle and it works. And then, but it's no, people get trapped in their cars if the electric part fails, and it fails all the fucking time. Like, what a fucking death trap. I don't even think I would get in a Tesla at this point. Like,
so okay, but just to get back to this article is pretty interesting. I'll just kind of summarize real quick. So basically, there was a commission on whether to allow these self-driving cars. There was hundreds of citizens in the San Francisco area, like saying no, no, no.
nope.
And the very next day, Cruise Car, which is some sort of company that does this kind of thing, Cruise Cars snarled traffic in the city's North Beach neighborhood after the Outside Lands Music Festival being held in the western part of the city caused wireless service problems, and the cars lost contact with their central office. So basically, there was a bunch of cellular devices in one area because there's a big festival, and that blocked out the signals the cars needed to do what they need to do. So they have to communicate with some sort of cell tower or
satellite or something. Dude, that makes total sense. And it's like, yeah, so that's why we can't do it, right? It's because, like, my, like, whatever, even though I got a new, like, whatever router and it, like, works better or whatever, a new gateway or whatever, like, my internet still goes out every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Like, internet isn't good enough to be relied upon for driving something that can kill you.
Yeah. So basically a week after they lifted all these regulations and was like greenlit all these companies to go, 1 week later, because of several incidents, including the one I just mentioned, they were like, all right, never mind. We're voting. We're voting the opposite. Yeah,
that's
like we've heard the facts, and we're now voting no.
It's also, dude, like self-driving cars is such a stupid idea. Like,
well, I mean, you know what? Eventually, I'm sure the technology will be there, but
no, it's like this is
what you got to use that shit. Like train it over years in a enclosed environment where you throw everything that could possibly happen at it and see how it reacts. And
it's also that the roads aren't uniform or good enough, right? Like there's three problems, right? The first one is internet connectivity, which is fucking ridiculous. Like that's crazy. The internet, you're relying on the internet to tell you if there's a person.
I mean, the real answer is we need to go back to rail cars or some kind of like a new version of a train.
I don't understand why we can't lay track down the middle of every road. That's a bazillion jobs.
Yeah.
Reignite the steel industry, recycle fucking cans. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, dude, you know, I feel like we could pull that off. I don't understand. Like, it's like, you know, and then retrofit every car with a fucking magnet on the bottom of it. Right?
Yeah.
It's like you drive your car until it gets on the road, and then then the car goes, right? And the car is powered by the fucking magnet, right? Never mind, that's why. It's because it'd be free energy. That's the thing. It's like the car would, if you could get the car to move from the magnet, like put magnets on the front, the back, and the bottom, right? Then fucking that's it. Then it's like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but listen. If that was the best thing, then obviously the free market would give us that thing. Right?
Oh, of course it would. Yeah.
All right. Did you hear about Janet Yellen accidentally eating psychedelic mushrooms?
What?
The U.S. Secretary Treasury?
When?
Huh?
When?
Okay. This is from The Guardian. Janet Yellen inadvertently ate hallucinogenic mushrooms in China and
What?
started a trend.
When?
Quote, I was not aware that these mushrooms had hallucinogenic properties. I learned that later.
What the fuck?
The U.S. Treasury Secretary told CNN. Okay.
You have mushrooms and you have psilocybin mushrooms in China?
I don't know if it was psilocybin. Let's see. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has started a craze in China for a magic mushroom-based dish called Jianshu King, or Sea Hand Blue.
Awesome.
After she was spotted eating the fungi known for being hallucinogenic while on a visit to Beijing in July. So, to answer your question, within about the last 40 days or so, I went with this large group of people, and the person who'd arranged our dinner did the ordering. There was a delicious mushroom dish. I was not aware that these mushrooms had hallucinogenic properties. I learned that later, she told CNN. The dish is made from Lanmao asiatica mushrooms, parts of which turn blue when bruised or sliced. Let's see here. These mushrooms are considered poisonous as they can be hallucinogenic. However, scientists have not, as of yet, identified the compounds responsible for causing the hallucinations. It remains a bit of a mystery, and most evidence is anecdotal. I have a friend who mistakenly ate them and hallucinated for 3 days. Yellen was in China for a 4-day visit, which she tripped for 3 days worth. No, I'm saying, just kidding. Which, along with the Secretary of State Antony Blinken, boo.
Did Blinken take the fucking mushrooms too?
That's not disclosed here.
Oh yeah, because he's supposed to have his head on a swivel.
But she said that she put our ties on a sure footing while she was there.
Yeah, she had a really cool and pleasant and groovy experience with the Chinese. She totally saved everything, the economy and stuff. That's totally cool now, man. Yeah,
actually, apparently, she found enlightenment there, and actually, Xi Jinping was like, really? You found enlightenment here? And she's like, yeah, and then she told him all about it, and now we're gonna form a world government based on mushrooms.
Great, awesome, best news I've heard in my whole life.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So,
well, no, because if you gave Biden the mushrooms, he'd die. If you gave Trump mushrooms, he'd die faster.
I'm Pennsylvania, we don't eat those, bro. We don't eat those.
I don't like the kind of mushrooms that I've seen before. I don't know what the hell's this Fu Manchu nonsense. They're like, sir, that's racist. What? Fu Manchu? It's like a place or like facial hair or something.
I mean, maybe if it came in some chicken and cashews or something, but other than that, I'm not really interested, Jack.
Didn't COVID come from their food?
Oh shit! I better call Obama and ask him on that one. I feel like he'll get me right on.
Hey, bro, you lived in this Ching Chong place. What's this mushroom? Oh, let me be clear. It's pretty good.
Janet Yellen did not hallucinate. She said herself that she made sure that America and China were on sure footing, and
got an interesting flavor. But it didn't work on me because I'm a OG motherfucker. Yeah. It only works on noobs.
Yeah, it's like if you never smoked weed before, maybe you feel a little something, but you and I know, but
not me. I am still technically black.
And also high as fuck.
Yeah. I really like
and for generations, high as fuck. And for many years, My number 2, Joe Biden, was selling weed to the college kids in Washington, D.C.
And let's not even talk about Hunter Biden.
There was only one news source that picked it up as the Onion, and so I made sure that they, from that point on, anyone who referred to them knew them only as satire, because we all knew that Biden was actually selling weed, and
He was the one selling weed in a reversal of the stereotype.
Yeah, and I was not involved with it at all, and
I didn't even know he was doing it. Right under my nose.
Well, okay, I lied about that. He saw
it was
smoked it all, the presidential bedroom.
I get my weed from Snoop Dogg, like all of us do. They were all the celebrities, because he clearly got the best weed. He'd tell you that himself. I had him over. He left 50 pounds of the endo from that song, the one song.